NASCAR.com, please. I bet you Kyle Larson leads a lot of laps. Can't say comments yet. I'm still getting my shit together. Alrighty. I think we got it. Let me turn my Spotify off on my phone. Dead channel walking. Adam Alexander sucks. I'm sorry, I hate to say it. He's gonna win! Nice guy, but he kind of sucks. You're the only 10 I see. Oh yeah, remember that time he had a good? He almost won here. Wow, what an important day. You know, that day it seemed important, but in the grand scheme of things, nobody gives a fuck that Matt DiBenedetto choked a race to Denny Hamlin here in 2019. I was rooting for Matty D that night. I was more impressed with his top 10 he had in that shitbox car back in, like, what, 2016? Was he driving the 32? Five o'clock, kind of a weird start time, not gonna lie. country. That's a good one.
You hear it, you feel it. The anticipation has set in. It's time to roll these cars off the grid. Adam and Parker will welcome us back as we get ready to go green. That's all of the CW when we come back.
Is there anybody out there? Can anybody hear me? Speaking of can you guys hear me, Kyle Larson's on the pole.
I bet you he leads a lot of laps.
Ryan Sieg qualified fifth. I kind of wish I was at this race, but then again, the last Bristol race Kyle Larson was in that I attended, I didn't enjoy. So I'm glad I stayed home this weekend. If I had to pick a non-Kyle Larson winner, it would probably be Justin Allgaier. It's not really going out on a limb. Is it Justin Allgaier or Taylor Gray? Because I feel like the world kind of owes Taylor Gray a lot of things. He's got some good karma coming his way, surely. Is that a Supra?
Good afternoon from the hills of East Tennessee. CW Sports welcomes you to Bristol
It's
Motor
Bristol,
Speedway today.
bitch.
It's the second short race of the year for the NASCAR Xfinity Series and the 82nd time these Xfinity cars have raced here at the Thunder Valley.
And the Xfinity race crowd's never not going to look bad here. There's a lot of people there, but they are really spaced out. You got plenty of leg room if you go to the Xfinity race at Bristol. That's for damn sure.
Series race, you know.
Just pick where the hell you want to sit. It's like general admission.
You know, some people out there, it's incredibly difficult, it's incredibly compact, it's high speed, and my favorite analogy for Bristol is fighter jets in a fishbowl, because that's what it can feel like when you put 38 NASCAR Xfinity cars on a half-mile, 28-degree banking, high speeds. We know how difficult it is to win here. Then you add the pressure of going for 100.
Why in a dirt track?
Today, round 3 in the Dash for Cash. And it's so awesome, this program, to see, but I think
And I see they put PJ1. They put PJ1 on the very bottom. And the problem in the truck race was that the truck race they didn't run green long enough, and the race wasn't long enough for the top to ever really come in. I'm hoping that's different today. This race is 300 laps. Tomorrow's 500 laps. Tomorrow definitely needs a damn second lane, that's for sure. It rained here off and on, so that washed a lot of rubber off. It looks like they reapplied the PJ1, though, because it's pretty dark around the bottom. So hopefully the top will come in. I think, like I said, tomorrow that's going to be necessary for a decent race, just to see the top line come in. Last year's Bristol events were just fucking bizarre because you remember what the Cup race was in the spring, and then the Xfinity race in the fall was kind of and then the Cup race was terrible. So, like, this track is so strange. I can't quite remember what the best combination is for good racing here. PJ1 on the bottom, none on the top, or none altogether. I feel like none altogether is not a good idea because that All-Star race out here, they didn't treat the track, and I'm pretty sure they didn't treat the track here last fall, and it showed. I can't remember. Did they treat the track? Was it last spring they raw dogged it? They raw dogged Bristol last year at least once. I can't remember if they did it both times. Not the case this week. I heard Lane Riggs complain about the top not coming in until really, really, really late in the race. By the time it was too late.
Qualifying has been a strength for Connor Zilic this year. Today's no exception. He starts on the front row. There's a lot to like about the last couple weeks for this team. Crew chief Marty Lindley called their sixth-place finish last week Connor's most complete race of the year. And while this is his first Xfinity start at Bristol, he's around a lot of fast cars here starting up front that he can learn from. We've already seen how quick of a learner Connor Zilic is. Can the 88 team's expecting another solid day today?
Well, the last time the Xfinity Series raced at Bristol, Dylan
Hey,
showed a
Oz.
great finish in the runner-up position. And who did he finish second to? Well, Cole Custer in
Go
the
talk to
double
EO,
car
Ozzy.
Sheldon is driving now. Haas Factory has an extremely strong notebook when it comes to Bristol, but they've got their work cut out for them as Sheldon qualified in the 21st position. Crew chief Jonathan Tony, you're seeing right there, he acknowledged to me, yes, they were off in qualifying, but he was happy with their race pace. He did say, though, that it's going to be extremely hard to keep up with those JRM cars today.
Sheldon Creech, you said, starts 21st today. His teammate Sam Mayer qualified 6th for this afternoon's race.
Fuck it. It's one thing that's true about Bristol. What crew chief just told Mayor, the track's going to change a lot, especially today because we're starting in daylight and the race is going to end when the track's pretty much covered all the way in shade. That'll make a big difference. So this is going to be one of the strangest recipes for a Bristol race. PJ1 on the bottom groove, day to night transition. Rain last night took a lot of rubber off.
This place is. So look at this. Aerial coverage provided by the Lucas Oil helicopter. That gives you a bit of a snapshot. That is Bristol Motor Speedway. They've done so much here over the years in sports. Racing is the cornerstone. This is why we call it the last great Coliseum. There's nothing like it. When you pull up to it, you see those grandstands, and then you go through the tunnel or over the
Bristol's a cool place. I'm sad I'm not going this year, most likely. I know I'm not going tomorrow.
because it's just such a unique place.
Of course, because I don't go tomorrow, tomorrow will be an all-time classic, but we'll watch it together here at home.
Lap traffic is such
Me,
a
myself, and I.
the equation. It's like long
Actually, I think Anthony's coming to hang out tomorrow, so he says.
start this race. Great start to the 25 for the 25 car. Harrison Burke rolls 10th today. Trying to do what his dad did here in 1997.
That banking is so steep, it's crazy that the cars stay glued to the banking going 35 miles an hour. You think they just slide right off? Gonna be a fun one, except the fact that Kyle Larson's about to lead for the next 150 laps, at least. Green flag, he's off. Goes to the bottom, Allgaier immediately goes to the top. Top's not quite there yet. You can see the lack of grip already. Allgaier was hard in the gas, and his car's crazy loose running that outside. Allgaier is so loose. Look at that. Not even one full lap in, and he's out of control. He's settled in on the bottom in third place now. It will come in. And Harrison Burton's got a problem, well out of the groove, off the pace. Flat right front for Burton. He was in the top 10 to start this off. Caution? Is that a pity caution for Harrison Burton? No, 53's got problems. He's got a tire down too. Blew up or something, I don't know. Not Mason Maggio fucking up on lap 3. Tire went down right in front of Nick Sanchez and Brandon Jones. And the 53 pot, yeah, it's a blown tire for the 53. Pounded the outside wall. Hard in the wall. An exhilarating first 3 laps. Welcome to the stream. Good God, it says like 3 people just joined all at once. I think everybody's given up on me. I think everybody's rightfully given up on me. Not the Wheeling caution lights. I hate those. Another good launch from the outside for Larson with a push from Allgaier. And then from second on back, it's a fight to get to the bottom this early in the race. The Bristol conveyor belt is forming. Allgaier in second just laid down the fastest lap. I love when these races start out. It really does look like old Bristol. I know it's frustrating for some people, but I like seeing a little glimpse of old Bristol early in these races. Everybody just fighting to stay on the bottom. Allgaier's going to get the lead here. I told you before the race, I said if I had to pick a non-Larson guy, it's got to be Allgaier, right? Fuck. He's really hooked up. The only problem is at this stage of the race, there's only one good line. So Larson's really got to just do my NASCAR Thunder 04 strategy and just keep it glued to the bottom. Allgaier's peeking to the outside. Loose. His car gets really loose if he goes high. That shows you how fast he is. If he's that damn loose, he's fast. That 17 car for Hendricks running a lot more often this year. I wish they'd give a young guy a full-time opportunity in that car. Brandon Jones getting moved off the bottom by Sheldon Creed there for, what, 14th? Oh, yeah, Brennan Poole's a Dash for Cash driver, and he is top 20. Only 2 spots behind Austin Hill, who was also a Dash for Cash driver. Brennan Poole has been making a lot out of nothing with the car he has. He's been very opportunistic. Martinsville was a prime example of that. Jones trying to pay it forward there on Creed. If you could do that in a cup car, the race tomorrow probably wouldn't be as boring as it's probably going to be. Corey Himes up to 9th. And yeah, Jones is going to move him. That's really pushing the issue there. Dean Thompson looks fast behind these guys. They're holding him up. Creed and Jones are holding up Dean Thompson here. Yeah, did you know that when they're green flag racing, the laps go by fast because it's only a half-mile track? Thank you, Adam. Corey Himes having a really good race. Oh my God, William Sawalich is 12th. He's not totally sucking ass this week. He's actually doing better than Brandon Jones, last week's winner. The Sawalich guy ain't very good. He needs to get some top tens. He should be fighting for 12th or better every race at the minimum, driving the car he's driving. Allgaier still right there with Larson as they're in lap traffic now. They're both 2 seconds ahead of Zilich in third.
Not Peyronie's disease.
That's great. Can you show the race now? I don't really need to see about your Peyronie's disease. Larson just gapped Allgaier by almost a second that lap. I wonder if it was just a lap car at a bad spot for Justin. I'm assuming that's what it is. That lead went from 2/10 to over a second now. Allgaier was running pretty hard early and sliding around, so I wonder if maybe he's worn his stuff out already. Still got like 50 to go in this stage. What do you guys think? I know. Exhilarating conversation as always. Ooh, Corey Haim really got loose under Carson Quapple there. And now Jesse Love's going to pass him. Oh, I see that they're actually at the racetrack this week for CW. That's good. That's good racing here with Haim, Jesse Love, and Taylor Gray. That top lane is getting really dark already. We're only 42 laps in. Ryan Sieg has been fifth this entire race, just holding it down. Exhilarating conversation as always. I wonder why YouTube's like this now. No, motherfucker. And we're back. Bonsignor. So Bonsignor got the short straw this week for bad JGR cars. Sawalich gets a break. And Sawalich is still 12th, ahead of Brandon Jones. And ahead of Bonsignor, who's a lap down now. Larson is cutting a brutal pace here. He's going to lap up into the top 15 by the end of the stage.
Trying to figure out who's going to be the lucky dog, trying to get yourself into that position possibly to get the free pass. So it's a race within the race. That's
35 to go this time.
quickly here because 15-second laps, you start a half lap back, it takes a little time.
Daniel Dye getting laps now, 21st place. 2.5 seconds ahead of Allgaier. Zillich 8 seconds back in third. That bottom is still fast too. You're seeing guys able to move up now and make moves, but the bottom is still pretty fast. You can see Larson having no problem going to the bottom and passing these guys. Williams comes down to protect. Larson gets him a little loose, and that stacks up to 51, so Larson's going to get a twofer here. Look at that, we're trying to pin him down there. Yep, he's going to lap up into the top 15 because he's up to 18th now. He lapped Brennan Poole, Mr. Dash for Cash. Now Austin Hill is the last car on the lead lap. Just remember, he didn't win at Homestead. So don't touch that dial, as boring as this probably will be for the majority of this race. I would say the top 10 is safe. Everybody else is at risk. Larson, Allgaier, Zillich, Mayer, Sieg, Austin Hill with 25 to go. Right in front of Kyle Larson. And there's idiots who want to bring back bushwhacking. Stupid fucking kids younger than me that don't know any better want to bring back bushwhacking. Because they didn't have to live the shit. Full-time bushwhacking. I lived it. It got to be pretty frustrating. Austin Hill's going to put up a fight, you know that. Oh, damn, he was really slow off turn 4. Jesus, Hill. Larson just yarded his ass there. Makes the pass easy. Almost clear. He's going to get him here, yep. Austin Hill's a lap down now in 17th. That's insane. A little bit of RCR's cup problems have trickled over to Xfinity today. Except Jesse Love, he's top 10. Lap traffic in the Xfinity Series here is just really dangerous. The gap in speed from people like Larson to the 45 car that he's about to pass is just ridiculous. Dean Thompson still is in this race run. Larson kind of hit a snag here behind Dean Thompson and Sheldon Creed. Dean Thompson just moving around trying to air block Larson. All he did was hurt himself. Larson just turned like on the spot to the bottom of the racetrack to get by him. Now it's Creed and Jeb Burton fighting for their lives here. It's kind of funny to watch because you just see these guys scrambling and mirror driving Larson whenever he gets to him. And then he just turns it down, goes to the bottom, and just drives by him anyway. There's nothing they can do short of just taking him out. Lap 69, nice. Creed and Larson have been side by side for a couple laps, but now Larson's going to slide up there and clear him, but Creed's going to go back to the bottom and pass him back. I can tell Larson's pushing hard to lap everyone. Like, he's not taking his time with these guys. He is just driving hard. Now he passes Creed and drives away from him. And he's on to Jeb Burton. Who could have foreseen this? Now Jeb Burton's a lap down. Back to the inside. 13 cars on the lead lap, 73 laps in. I'm going to text Dylan. Hitting 10 to go here. Until we get our mercy call. And Dean Thompson just spun Sheldon Creed, it looks like. Oh my God! Are you fucking blind? Who the fuck hit him? How do you hit him? He sat there for like an eternity, spun out up against the wall. Yeah, things happen so fast. Caution's out. Slow it down. Well, a simple bump and run for a position just turned into a race ender for Sheldon Creed because I think Dean Thompson spun him and then he just got clobbered. And Brennan Poole will not win the Dash for Cash. And Creed's car is rolling away. It looked like he was waving at Jeb Burton. I thought it was Dean Thompson that was the car that got into it. Brennan Poole's got the winning net down, and he looks like he's okay. He's just a little slow getting out. Well, that was a holy shit moment. What the hell happened? 13 cars on the lead lap. About to be 14. I think Jeb Burton gets the free pass here. Yeah, 26 just took him out for no reason. Brennan Poole, he just, oh my God. That was brutal. Let's count how long Creed's sitting here. All right, spinning turn 4, caution's out. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Bam! 1 for the Dale Jr. car graveyard. That's an impressive fucking crash right there. That was like Charlie Glattzback and that one dude all over again. Remember the old man race they did here in 2010? We got a red flag for this. Nasty wreck. There's the fucking rear wheel off the 44.
You saw he was starting to lose the race car off the top of four, just trying to cut it down. And even when you get the caution that quickly, you're still trying to slow the car down from a really high rate of speed in a short amount of time. That's great to hear.
Second caution of the day is turned into a red flag, and it's for this incident. Sheldon Creed goes around. Brennan Poole tries to miss some heavy contact. Both drivers done for the day. Continues in the lead.
Bipolar 1 can overwhelm
That was
your
something. This race is sure something, I tell you that. Let's see what the social media thinks. I'm sure they're really enjoying today's event. Thank you for the like, by the way. Does this dead fucking channel some good to see a like every now and then? So I'm hearing tire wear and cup practice was worse than last year. Dylan, can we go tomorrow? Just what the shit race needs, a red flag.
CW Sports, back live in Bristol, Tennessee. Under the red flag, it's a short track, but high speeds, and you can have some major impacts. Second caution of the day leading to this red. Sheldon Creed got turned around. Brennan Poole nowhere to go as he tries to save it. Heavy contact. Is 20th right now in the running order. Let's take a look at Jeremy's Race Fit Health Report, brought to you by Bristol. I go right to favorite meal.
Every time.
I mean, I'm a salmon, Brussels sprouts kind of guy.
That is your sort of thing right there.
And running, I'll do the running. The cycling and swimming, not so much.
Definitely not swimming. I wouldn't make it out the other side of the pool.
It
But
turns out
cycling,
Jeremy's
I can get with.
he's a triathlete.
Yeah.
40 years old from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Over 400 consecutive starts. One of the great veterans. Let's see his numbers today. Qualified 22nd, said he's 20th, and
Would point out the 44 that are
Look how everybody else misses him.
Sheldon Creed
I really don't know why Dean Thompson wrecked Sheldon Creed like that.
the rear, and nothing he could do, and he impacts the double zero there. The really vicious, hard hit. Great to see both of them get out of those race cars. Second lap.
Dude, if that happened in a Cup car, they'd probably both be dead, wouldn't they?
React for a caution like this that happens with a car sitting there.
Of course, this would probably never happen in the Cup Series, but if it did, boy, that'd be a lot worse.
Sitting there racetrack, you can
The damage wouldn't be nearly as impressive,
cars. Here's a crazy stat.
because that is unbelievable damage on the 44.
He's 14th. That's a major statement of just how good the 17.
And Jeb Burton gets his lap back in 14th.
Under this red, take a listen. So, at 13, as we said, that was their goal for about the middle of stage 3, so they're not doing too bad right now for sure for Kyle Larson. He said that he was a little bit free on that run as well, but overall pretty happy with their race car. I think they may make a couple changes here when they pit just to give him a little more security, but not too bad right now behind the wheel of the 17. Lapped up to 13th, and he said, dang, that's it. I think he's still angry from Homestead, Miami. You know how they can't take from you if everyone's a lap down? He's leading, and he's greedy.
Oh, that greedy Kyle Larson.
We return to Bristol. Glad you're with us on CW.
I guess I'm glad to be here. I guess. I can't believe Larry Mack said tire wear in Cup practice was worse than it was last spring. Then what the fuck was that race that I went to last fall? Because I went to the spring race last year and the night race at Bristol. I went to both Bristol races last year. I'm not going tomorrow simply because last fall was so lousy. Oh well, at least I don't have to sit in a parking lot tomorrow for an hour waiting to get out tomorrow. I'll be right here with you guys. Wish I knew how long this red flag was going to be. I'd whip out the fucking MetaQuest and do some laps in the go-kart. Yeah. Goodness. Bristol was kind of a flat half mile for that first 8 years of its existence, and then in '69 they changed the banking to 31 degrees. I noticed they didn't show a crowd shot of the Western Carolina game there.
That's pretty impressive. What if you knocked it over these grandstands? If you go upper deck at Bristol, yeah, they're checking your bat.
They're drug testing you and confiscating your baseball bat.
There it is right there. There will be some more modification. I would think so. You don't keep the haulers there for that's right. Kim, let's go to you.
Yeah, a lot of questions as we're under red on who's going to come down pit lane when we go.
Who's gonna come?
Stay out. Here's a conversation between Ryan Sieg and his crew chief Matt Weiss.
I like this boring race a lot better when it was chugging along and getting over with.
such a helpless feeling when you're in Sheldon's position there, as you mentioned, when you're stopped on the front stretch of a racetrack and you know there's cars coming your way and you see one miss you, you think you're hoping not to get hit. Eventually, he did get hit, obviously, and that's really tough. And when you mentioned there being super loose and just trying to hang on to it, that is such typical Bristol when the car's ill handling. You're just trying to survive, but that means you're maybe a little slow at the center of the corner at times. That allowed the 26 to get in the back of him.
And it's going to be very interesting to follow up on Kim's other report. Stage one, under red for this, Sheldon Creed and Brennan Poole.
Yeah, Brennan tried to miss him. I was being a little hard on Brennan. I mean, Dean Thompson's the idiot who run over Creed for no reason. It's like, Dean Thompson, do you really think that if you knock Creed and Jeb Burton out of the way and get back on the lead lap, that's going to do anything for you? Larson will just lap you in like 20 laps again in the next run. So, like, fucking relax about it. You're Dean Thompson, dude. You're never going to accomplish anything. Back under yellow, kids.
Right through traffic, top, bottom, it didn't matter. He could go from the top to the middle, three wide. Which one of these is the golden moment? I don't know. It's like a buffet, right? That's golden corral.
Well, that's good writing. Yeah, that's good. So we've gone from our second caution to the red flag, back under the yellow again. Cleanup is complete here, and now we'll probably open pit road before we return to green flag racing. The Wheeling caution lights are on. Wheeling emergency lights and sirens. So we said it. Jeb Burton gets the free pass. He's 14th. And Kim had some radio from the 3019 Orion C. I am really curious to see how this plays out as far as strategy goes, because a lot of guys lap down that could have some options depending on who pits and how they handle things. Do you pit here, flip the stage? Do you stay out, get stage points? A whole lot of different agendas with 8 laps to go and eventually pit road opening up.
Right, and where Larson is, with the massive lead he has such a lead, even here with a bunch of cars behind him, between him and the 7 and even third place. So they have a lot of time to react to what he does, but you have to make this choice. Do you want points? You want to keep those other cars a lap down, force them to have to maybe take the wave in the stage break. So a lot of decisions here for pit road.
And pit road, very unique here at Bristol. Under caution, you enter in turn and exit turn 1. Pit road on both the front and back straightaway at Bristol Motor Speedway. All right, we're going to find out what's happening. Progressive pit road is open. We send it to Dylan.
Allgaier's pitting. Larson's pitting.
Straightaway, there was some debate about staying out here to keep those cars trapped a lap down, but they ultimately wanted to protect their own track position. You see the adjustment there to give Larson a little bit more security with the red back. 4 tires of fuel for the 17. And here's Connor Zilic as well on the left of the screen. He reported that he was neutral on corner entry, but was battling tight a little bit later in the corner. Maybe just an air pressure adjustment. 4 tires and fuel on the 88.
Oh yeah, Corey LaJoie's in the Cup race tomorrow. Nobody cares.
They're keeping Sammy Smith all the way around the debate on the
You know, when I was at Darlington last week, at a certain point, I started rooting for William Byron to lead every lap. And then when I realized there was going to be a green flag pit stop and he wouldn't, I was like, damn. He pitted on lap 243, 244, or something like that. And then Denny Hamlin took the lead for a little while, and then Byron cycled through to like fifth and had to pass a couple of cars, and then had nothing left to go get Blaney and Reddick, and got passed by Hamlin, and then Larson stopped and got wrecked, and the rest is history. I had a fun I had a fun time at the race last week. When Denny Hamlin won the race off pit road before the green light checkered, I was cheering because everybody around me was a Elliott and Larson fan, but not the good kind of Larson fans. Like these guys were like saying Bubba wrecked Larson on purpose and all this dumb shit. So when Hamlin got the lead, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it was just tough. I was in the top lane. I was already back to the gas. The way the banking is here, I couldn't even see where the double zero was at yet. So I just started slowing down. And he was right in the middle of the track, so I started to just spin out. And I nailed him. So just kind of unfortunate. 8 to 26 turn around. 8-2 dash for gas cars got into it. It just kind of stinks. I think we were going to be all right. We needed a few adjustments. Just for the you also can't really see, and it's just kind of a tough deal.
How was the racing though, aside from the incident that you were seeing out there, especially the track as it was getting rubber?
Yeah, I thought the racetrack did a great job with prepping it with the stuff they spread out on the track. We had
See, Brennan Poole likes the track prep. Lane Riggs hated it yesterday.
stinks we don't get to finish it off. Belated happy birthday to Bristol. Be a big celebration involved in the dash for cash, but unfortunately done early. And his disappointment, this fan's game, taking home a part of the 44 car there. That's nice to see. So we're doing the choose here. And you see that 41 takes the outside lane inside 39 of Ryan Sieg. That'll be the front row. They stayed out. Behind them, Larson and Zelich. And we're
Sieg and Mayer are the only two that did not pit.
We've seen this before here in Bristol.
And they were on the lead lap, so
You just get a good enough restart laps happen so quickly. So those cars behind the
3 to go. And then we get another 20-minute caution.
tires to win a stage like this, then they'll have to lose all that transition. Here they come.
But we'll give away another free pass, just giving them away. And then we'll have like 15 on the lead lap. Sieg did not go at all there.
Sieg really bottled up the bottom. Sam Mayer
I don't know what the hell Larson's doing. He's not doing himself any favors there.
what a recovery by Sieg there from the restart.
2 to go.
Second fade 1 and 2. Slots in the second.
huge for Sieg when you talk about points. They're going to have to pit. They'll lose track position, but came in 20 above the cut line or so, and this is going to pay dividends. 1 to go in the second.
It's getting real tight back here for third and fourth. Between some of Jerry
Sam Mayer's going to win the stage.
Sam Mayer.
Larson will be the leader at the start of stage 2 because he is cleared Allgaier and Smith, who will stay out with him, and Sam Mayer steals the stage win. It's a shame Larson can't lead every lap. Might as well.
First time he's won a stage since last fall at Kansas, and he's
Yippee.
feeling good.
Oh man, I need to stay up to 3 a.m. tonight because the first episode of The Last of Us season 2 comes on at 3 in the morning. I might actually try to stay up tonight so I can watch it. One of the Martinsville jackasses, yeah. One of the four horsemen of stupidity. Got a stage win. Good for him. It is in these hills that Juan Valdez. I'm sorry, I say that all the time. When they show a nice, beautiful shot of some mountains, I gotta say that. I like going to Bristol. It's a shame I don't want to go this year because last fall was so lame. I was still doing. Let's go to Long John Silver's in Johnson City, and then swing over to Bristol tomorrow.
Right, so at the caution, you're going to go all the way around entering in turn two, and then out exit out of turn one. You can go one speed on the straightaways, faster in the corners, but if you're under green, that's where you have to go to your enter either into turn four there or into turn two and exit on that same side if you're pit road. That's a lot.
It's a
I've seen
lot.
people make that mistake many a time.
I was gonna say it's not easy as a driver, and we have seen
Jeff Gordon made that mistake
the lack of
notoriously.
confidence.
Throw Jeff Gordon under the bus while we're here.
11 drivers took the wave around. Under this, our third caution of the day, Matt DiBenedetto gets the free pass. That will put 26 cars on the
So now we got 26 cars back on the lead lap.
11 laps to go in the stage before the caution came out. Larson had lapped all the way up to the 13th position. Sanchez has made his pit stop. He's 7th. Here's 48 radio.
And that's good for Patrick John to describe to his rookie driver here, Nick Sanchez, explaining, hey, what I'm trying to describe to you is that you have damage that if you push on it more, it could really become a problem. We saw that in Martinsville with Connor Zilic, who got some damage early on. It was told, hey, don't damage this thing further. You don't really have that mulligan any further. He actually did damage it further, and it really put them in detriment in their race. So you want to get that info because you can't see it. Nick's sitting there thinking, it's all good.
Progressive Pit Road is open. Those that finished at the front after staying out now going to make their pit stop. Sam Mayer, Ryan Sitt. Here's Kim.
Yeah, that long trip all the way around traffic to the front stretch where their pit stalls
You're waiting for this race to devolve. It might happen. Homestead was pretty goofy. This race is a lot like Homestead was. And we're at Bristol, which is, Bristol is quick to turn into a shit show. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's more likely here than it was at Homestead. So, as I said earlier, stay tuned because you just don't know. You just never know. I had to restart my YouTube TV. It fucking froze. Now it's telling me I don't have internet on my television. How about we stop cutting my fucking TV's Wi-Fi off? Por favor. It'd be really great. Bro, like, why is my television not connected to the internet? Set up connection. Oh my god. Trying to watch this boring ass race and I can't even fucking do it. My stream's still on. So obviously I have internet. So quit fucking with me. Thank you. Can I get back to watching television now? You worthless piece of shit. That'd be really great. I would like to get back to watching TV. Got some cars to go around in circles here that I want to see. Whoa! The Apps 300. Larson, Sammy Smith, Allgaier, Zilich, Sanchez, Love, Quapple, Jones, Gray, Corey Heim, the top 10. Sawalich 11th. Sawalich stayed on the lead lap before all the cautions were coming out, so he's having a great day by his standards. I feel like we've been under caution for an hour. Sam Ayer ran the fastest lap of the race on 80 lap old tires, by the way. Goodyear's still fucking pussies when it comes to Bristol.
How decorated is Mayer in the bumper in 13th? He's got the green and white checkered flag for winning the stage, the purple stopwatch for having the fastest lap. We do the choose as we anticipate our second stage. No surprise, Larson goes outside. How about Sammy Smith is established in track position, second of that group that had already made their pit stops, and he'll restart on the front row. As everyone else does the choose, we had the early problem for Harrison Burton, made the pit stop eventually.
Larson outside front row as the leader. Larson's only going to get better the stronger that top line gets, you know. All right. Stage 2 under green finally. 73 laps to go. Allgaier immediately back into second, so we're back to our regularly scheduled program. The wild card there is Zilich on the outside of Sammy Smith for third. Damn, Zilich had a big run off of 4. Just remember Larson's presence didn't keep Homestead from becoming a clusterfuck. The Dash for Cash is a 2-car race now. It's Allgaier and Hill for the rest of the day. I think right now Allgaier's got it on lockdown. Hill hasn't cracked the top 12 today. It's a shame Larson's going to miss out on the triple again because finished second last night, got the dominant car today. You know, he'll be a factor tomorrow. Hendrick's fast again, guys. Alex Bowman won the pole for tomorrow. Zilich is fast. That's for sure. Second in class, I'm going to call it. Larson's in a class of his own. Everybody else in another class. I'd say Zilich is the second best car in his class. I like what he's doing on that high line. Harrison Burton on pit road under green again, just like early in stage one. The JRM cars are fast. Look at the whole top five. It's a Hendrick car and four Junior Motorsports cars. Had another flat tire again, it looks like, on Burton's car. Larson pulling away again. Now, Sammy Smith looks like the strongest JRM car. All he's doing is helping Larson get a bigger lead right now, though. Which would happen either way. It doesn't really matter. Go ahead and race as hard as you want. You ain't catching the 17. You ain't even going to stay close to him no matter what you do. I'm good. I'm just watching the race. When is your class? Oh, okay. I figured. I had to think in my head because I remember he told me last night. And I was like, did I mix up the time zones or no? It's weird watching a race on TV that I could have really went to if I pushed for it. But the last time I was there sucked, so I'm like, yeah, I think I'll skip this one this year. Yeah, and uh, I went off and didn't follow the guy's video and went and did one of the planets because it's the smallest one. I was like, I know where everything is on this one, so I went ahead and did that one. So I'm closer to the end than the guy I'm watching is, but yeah, we're getting close. I don't even know how many parts are in the videos he's done. I need to check and see how many videos he's got left that I've got to follow along with.
See a driver there. Then we have
I kicked Darth Vader's ass. He didn't kill me on the first try.
He's been dominant, leading 100.
There's a scene where you get switched to another character and they have a fight with Darth Vader, and it's a good boss fight, and then he kills her in a cutscene. So it's like you can't really beat Darth Vader.
There he is in the deuce for
You just have to like survive and get to the cutscene where he kills her.
debut. Earlier today, qualifying on the cup side, quite impressive.
I think one of the developers said that health bar he has is not a health bar, it's a patience meter. It's like how long is Darth Vader going to tolerate you like putting up a fight before he just fucking kills you?
Started to think it was going to work for him because he just seems to have enacted this place in qualifying. He definitely had a shot at putting up a lap that maybe would have
He's one of those fucking bosses that has a move where he'll kill you in one hit. I fucking hate that about this game. There's a handful of bosses that have an insta-kill move. So how fucking cheap is that? He only went for it once, thankfully. It's like RNG, because they'll randomly try to do it. He only did it once, and I dodged it. He tries to lunge and grab you from far away, and then he just like chokes you to death and smashes you into the ground, and you're dead. Boy, it's so funny how the guy that made the race here suck last fall is dominating this one. Bristol, Tennessee. Just across the North Carolina border, actually. So it's pretty close. It's within 2 hours of here.
Sammy Smith saw Kyle Larson 4 seconds behind him. The 8 is Sammy Smith. And he's racing with a 7.
Really?
Allgaier for the runner-up spot.
Really fighting through
When?
right here. You saw on that outboard Larson how he cuts through traffic.
Oh, wow.
Top to the bottom, diving in the lanes, get back to the front so well as that car cuts through the center. And then when you're racing, so when you don't quite have that same opportunity as your Sammy Smith's position, you're trying to protect from Justin Allgaier, trying to fend him off and not let him get beside you, but
Yeah.
also trying to navigate your way through this traffic. And if you're Justin, you're hoping some of that traffic stops up Sammy Smith and gives you that chance to get beside him or get by him. And that's how you navigate through traffic here at Bristol. It can be a lot of fun when it's working to your advantage. It can be very frustrating when it's holding you
That would have
up
been cool.
and not allowing you to do what you do in that car. Oh, this is
Oh my god.
Larson shoves it in there.
Ah, who gives a shit? This guy's gonna win no matter what happens.
Got around Matt.
Do what?
He's a lap down one more time. Josh Williams is
Oh yeah.
in arrears.
You go to Nashville or Bristol.
He'll be the next one to drop a lap. He's 23rd on the board right now.
You'd be bored because you wouldn't understand what the fuck's going on, but once you learn what's going on, it's fun.
Not for the penalty, maybe better track position could have
But say at surface value, it's like when you don't know what's going on, going to a race has to be a dreadfully boring experience because there's nobody telling you what's going on. Because you can't hear each other talk because the cars are so loud you cannot talk to each other while you're there. Yeah. When they slow down and a caution comes out, you can hear each other. Or when the cars are bunched up and they're all on one part of the racetrack, you can hear each other. But as the longer the race goes, if there's no cautions, the cars get spread out and they're literally everywhere and you can't hear. And at the track they're racing at right now, it's constant noise. Like it's the loudest track because it's the smallest, and the seats are all really close to the racetrack, so you literally can't talk for the entirety of this race, no matter what's going on. No, you won't be able to hear it. Unless you bring like the big earmuff fucking noise canceling headphones. Then you might hear some of what you're trying to listen to. These cars sound like jet engines because they're like really high horsepower and really strong, so they're just obnoxiously fucking loud. And they don't have mufflers, so they're really loud. You get used to it because I remember when I was a kid going to races, we didn't go to races as often. I'd be like, God damn, it's fucking loud. Now it's like nothing. I'll be like, yep, this is a car. It's loud. Your ears will ring after a race for half a day. Probably longer if it's your first race. You'll just be like, for days. And because I'm so used to it, I don't really wear earplugs. At this racetrack, Bristol, Tennessee, I wear earplugs at this race because it's bad. It's so loud it can hurt. But other races, I don't bother with earplugs because you get enough breaks when the cars are on the other end of the track. This is a boring race like this one just makes me want to play the video game and do a race of my own. I've been playing a lot of NASCAR at work. Oh, no, I don't really bet now. I just quit wasting my time and money on it. Because you never can bet on the guys who are actually going to win. Because there's like, unless you want to bet like a lot of money, and that's just not worth risking. At the Las Vegas race last month, the guy that won was like 75 to 1. It was like crazy long odds, and he just won the race out of nowhere. So somebody probably bet on him. Yeah, he was a long shot and he won the race. There's only about 4 races a year, maybe 5 now, where long shots have a good chance. Because there's this kind of racing they do on tracks called super speedways. Super speedways is when the track is so big and so fast, they basically run this thing that like lowers everybody's engine to like a certain horsepower, so everybody has the same power, and it kind of keeps the cars bunched up together. So guys have a lot better chance at like pulling off some bullshit. So I like to bet money on those because you can get crazy good odds. Because even the favorites on those races are like 10 to 1, and if you bet like $5, well, hell, that's like $50 if he wins, and you're betting on one of the alleged favorites. The cars are close together, and they have to use the air off of each other to make passes and make moves. At the standard races, you're literally just, it's basically driver versus driver. You can't really use the air to stay close to the guy in front of you, like the race right now. Drivers hate that super speedway race and shit because it's more dangerous because the cars are always really close together. So when somebody fucks up and wrecks, it's not just them wrecking, they're going to take out everybody around them if they make a mistake. So it really stresses the drivers out and they get pissed off. It is, and NASCAR's like, we should have more of that because like they think the casual fan likes that racing better because they don't know any better. So they turned one of the other racetracks into one of those types of tracks, and everybody was like, "What are you doing? It's bad enough. It's fine to do it a couple of times a year, but when you start trying to add more of those types of races, it's kind of silly." Yeah. The last time somebody died in a NASCAR race was 2001 at one of those tracks, ironically. And the last time somebody almost died was at the same racetrack. So yeah, it's that particular type of racing is dangerous. I mean, all racing is dangerous, but that's really sketchy. Yeah, it's NASCAR is probably the safest form of racing in the world because the cars are so strong.
Dominated the opening stage.
That's why nobody's died since 2001 in NASCAR.
First stint of the race, he leads off the start in
Guys have been hurt here and there, like you've had. Like when they built the new race car, it was fucking people up because NASCAR, in their infinite wisdom, built a race car that doesn't bend. Like the whole idea of a car, it's supposed to bend when you wreck because that like relieves some of the impact on you. They built a car so strong that it wouldn't bend. In the first year they used this car, guys were getting concussions and hurting themselves left and right from like simple hits. And it's like, why did you build a car that's like that doesn't bend like they're supposed to bend? So they had to like alter the. They at least altered the rear end and the front end to bend a bit more. But for that first year, a guy would like bounce off the wall and go, "Oh, he's all right," and then he's out after the race going, "Oh my head, oh my fucking head." Like they had concussion problems for a good year.
And that's just another example of even when you have a almost a 5-second lead.
It is dumb. Like I can tell you, like NASCAR racing is the best racing in the world. It's just the people that run NASCAR are the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. Like they're so dumb they make you question why you even still watch. But it's because NASCAR racing is the best in the world and these drivers are cool and I like the people that do this. It's just the people that run it are fucking dumb and they literally make nothing but bad decisions most of the time. Guido agreed with me because he likes racing. I said NASCAR is the best racing in the world. He goes, I agree, and I said, and they have the dumbest sanctioning body. He said, I also agree.
Stage points on offer. Want every single one you can get. Village hangs on for now.
I'm holding out to shower tomorrow, so I don't have to get up early on Monday to do it before work.
Race for fifth, good as well. Zillage and Love, 10 to go, stage two.
And our leader, Kyle Larson, has now improved on his record from stage one when he lapped up to 14th. We're now up to 13th and knocking on the door of lapping up to 12th, possibly the top 10.
And while his advantage over second
I don't want to encourage you to do either because I don't want to make you unhappy.
Third on back, so that advantage
For the rest of the
maybe he's just calmed it down and he's taking care of his equipment. I have no idea.
That's how it feels when I wake up. I'm like, I don't have to because I literally don't have to go to work. I'm always like, I shouldn't go, and then I feel like shit at like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, I should have went.
this race car and the ability that he has to get back the throttle, I just don't see out of any other race car in the field. And I said it earlier, I want to say it's just the race car, it's really fast. That's classic Kyle Larson, doing things others are not or can't at times.
Yeah.
And finding a way to
Because of that Vegas thing, I'm really pressuring myself to work.
through traffic as he does this line. It's a little bit different when we see him out some of the others. He doesn't stay up next to the wall late to the exit. It's this cut down diamond, and he uses it really effectively in traffic to get big runs to clear people.
See how big the pools were on that map?
Numbers when you look at the cars on the lead lap. But those
You see, yeah, the map of the hotel.
Eckes a lap down, Sanchez, Austin
Yes, that is the hotel. That's the map of the hotel.
give you now a Toyota driver update. Taylor Gray back there in the 18th position. One of the many
I
drivers
love it.
that gets himself a lap down to race the
Me neither, so I'm really excited.
From his car out of turn two, got some info that he was just struggling
Yeah.
pretty loose inside this race car. Now this is such a tough
And there's going to be nobody there but people I know from the cruise, I'm pretty sure.
what you're able to do in that race car, where you're able to place it, getting the power down is
Yeah, a lot of them. A lot of my close friends aren't going, but I know pretty much everybody from the cruise. I'll be like, oh, I remember this person. Oh, save it. Jesus Christ, this dude almost busted his ass.
cam. Bit of a dance for Sawyer. Time is there.
That'd be a real...
Stage two.
those little taps that you know I'm here and I would like to take this position.
I got to as well. I'm really starting to think about that. I'm not exercising much, but I've cut way back on whatever I've been eating, and
This is big two. Dean Thompson in the 26 last car.
yeah,
Lead lap. Final lap of the stage. He needs to
I need
stay
muscle
there.
bad.
So
That's the one thing I've never worked on. I've lost weight in the past, obviously, but I've never done it really the right way.
race here, and it's going to be a nice moment in this race for Dean Thompson.
I need to look into one of those VR exercise things because they work really well. And I've got this MetaQuest.
How good has this guy been? Leading 156 laps today. And it takes forever to see who finish second, third, fourth, and fifth because they're so far back.
I was getting so frustrated in Star Wars earlier because there's like this puzzle that you have to do to get these collectibles, and it's like, all right, you got to like grab this ball and force push it over there. Now quickly run over here and grab this thing and grapple up and then jump over there and land just right, and then you got to push this other thing. Oh, you didn't do it. You got to start all over again. I hate that kind of shit in video games. And then there's like these little, there's these things called force tears, and they're basically just like glorified challenge things where it's like he sees this ripple in the force. He's like, he starts meditating, and you either have to fight these enemies or it puts you in like an obstacle course thing where you have to like traverse and platform your way through. They're so fucking annoying. Because if you fuck up once, it makes you start the entire course all over again, and they're really long. And then the force tear I really don't want to do. Remember that boss I was talking about yesterday? The big frog thing? There's a force tear where you walk up to it and Cal goes, I feel a disturbing presence. No, it can't be. And then he has like a force vision of fighting the giant frog thing again, only this time the big frog thing from the first game is also there, and you have to fight them both at the same time. And I'm like, I do not want to do that. But I'm going to have to. I just love that he's like, no, it can't be. I might try to stay up super late tonight because The Last of Us Season 2 comes on and the first episode will be up at 3 in the morning. Need to play the game. I'll help you play it. Both. Pretty sure part one is free on PS5 right now. Yeah, but didn't you get the PS4 version? Like the PS5 remake is free, I think. Oh, okay. If it's this Last of Us Part One, then yeah, it's PS5. I got really addicted to that Last of Us Part Two game mode, where the game randomly generates levels for you to play, because that's like the most genius idea ever for a game. Yeah, yeah. You just like spawn in, and it's always randomly generated. It picks a random environment from the game, random versions of enemies, and just throws you in. And then every now and then there'll be like a gameplay modifier, or like it'll say get specific types of kills, but it's different every time, and it's just so smart. I wish Batman had that, because like Batman has the challenge maps you can play over and over, but they're always the same each time. I kind of wish they would just randomly generate the enemies. In Star Wars Jedi, you can make your own challenge modes and pick the types of enemies you want to fight, and just put them in a room and kick the shit out of them. So you can fight like 10 of those giant frog monster things if you're stupid enough to try.
We're struggling to run the bottom, specifically in the middle. I am way too tight on the 88, Tim.
Stop underway for Carson Waffle at the top there. Fired off three, but ended tight. They'll look to make another track bar
What?
adjustment for fresh Goodyear tires in the middle. Jesse Love, you said the drive off is okay, but it's too tight to run the bottom. That allows you to attack the
You
top.
got a what? Oh,
On it, they made a track bar adjustment up one.
I couldn't
Air
hear what you
pressure
were
solid
saying
at
for a
the bottom
second.
there. Sammy Smith fired up good, just a touch free, but trending too low. He said we think we're close. They just need a little bit
Oh,
more.
guys, look, Kyle Larson's still leading.
Front turn.
The race off Progressive Pit Road. I would highlight 17 held serve, but he had like a 4-day advantage.
I really wish I felt like getting my Switch repaired, but I don't want to pay the $100 to get it fixed, so I'll just keep suffering with having to prop it up and play with the controller. I played so much Yu-Gi-Oh this week after I bought that little box set the other day. Yeah, it's called Yu-Gi-Oh the Early Days collection, and it's like 12 it's like 12 or 13 Yu-Gi-Oh games from the early 2000s that were all Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance games, and they're on a Switch cartridge. And they had like a couple of the ones I played when I was young, and I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh World Championship 2005 on it. That's the only one I've been playing because it's my favorite. Some of those other Yu-Gi-Oh games, they don't even have like the actual card game rules, so I really don't like them. I just like the ones where you're just straight up playing the card game. So like World Championship '04, World Championship 2005, the Sacred Cards. I had the Sacred Cards when I was a kid, but I fucking gave up on it back then. So, and some of these games on this never came out in the United States, which is pretty cool. And it came with a rare Yu-Gi-Oh card I never had before, so I got my first new Yu-Gi-Oh card in like 15 years. That was part of the reason I bought it. Someone bought it, so it comes with one of these two cards. I was like, damn, I never had one of those. And I had cash on me, so I didn't have to use my card, so it doesn't count. I do know one thing about those Game Boy Advance Yu-Gi-Oh games. It's commonly known that sometimes the duels are rigged against you because the AI will always draw a card they can play, and you don't always get a card you can play right away. So the AI just always has something they can do to you. It's kind of fucked up. You have to be really careful. And it's like really obvious too, because like I did like 3 duels in a row, and I drew 2 of the same cards every time, and those 2 cards were ones I couldn't use. And I'm like, why do I keep drawing the same card every duel that I can't use? But every opponent I have is like, nope, I got this, and this. I remember Yu-Gi-Oh! 2004 on Game Boy Advance was really bad about that. I found a list of codes. There's like a little computer thing in the game. It's like, hey, if you type in a code here, you can get a card, but it costs 1,000 whatever to type in a code. I looked up the list of codes so I can get any card I want, but I have to grind and do duels to get the points because it's like 1,000 points per card. And right now I've got like 4,000 points, so I could get 4 cards of my choice because I got the list of codes to type into the little computer in the game. So I'm just slowly gonna build one of my really strong fucking decks from back in the day.
Here's a bit of what we've seen
2005 was my prime for Yu-Gi-Oh.
right there. Yeah, I mean that's enormous because when you think about the way this day has played out, Eckes
I was
not
11.
that much able to get in all that because I think Larson was pretty nice to Dean Thompson. So 26 stays
I
on
was in
in this
6th grade.
race for the free pass. 3 drivers did take the wave around here. Daniel Dye,
I
Anthony
was entering
Alfredo,
6th grade.
and Travis Williams. Eckes gets the free pass. We start the final stage with 17 cars on the lead lap.
All right, guys. I bet you Kyle Larson leads the next 120 laps.
Head toward the Echo Park restart zone.
This is such a nothing race. I hate when they turn out like this, but I kind of knew this one was going to be this way. Oh, Allgaier got the lead. Did he clear him? Great fucking camera work there. Idiots. Damn, Allgaier got the lead, guys. Okay, so Kyle Larson's not going to lead the next 120 laps, but how long can he stay in front of him?
Tom able to use the banking to sort of get down the racetrack and get the power.
Yeah, but you're not on speakerphone, so.
Gives Justin Allgaier the lead right now. See
Oh.
I'll say this small sample size, but let's go to the end of stage 1. Larson had pitted, Sam Mayer stays out, Ryan Sieg, and
I'm not. I had Zaxby's.
that short run. I'm not
Did Larson really just hit him in the ass? You obviously are fast enough to not have to do that.
aggression on the backside of the 7 Allgaier here.
He's on a mission here today, Kyle Larson. Not only
I can't believe he did that.
13 cars in one stage, not content being in second right here behind Justin Allgaier.
Dude, I would just ride in second and let Allgaier burn his shit up like he always does.
Larson mad. Sammy Smith
Larson can sleepwalk through this race and still win it.
top 5 running wide and fourth.
Or maybe he's just triggered because he didn't win last night.
Kyle Larson saying that his car's a little bit loose firing off. They tried to make some adjustments for that, but would tighten up over the run. Might be seeing a little bit of that, just this car being looser to start. Look at him hang.
Drivers trying to figure out something in that high lane. Others painting the yellow line. Meanwhile, Justin Allgaier out front. He's now
What has happened to this racetrack that makes the Xfinity races boring here now? Like, usually these races are much better.
Surprised when he sets new records in this series. He's the man to beat in the Xfinity Series year after year. A champion now after last year. And it's for reasons just like that. He finds way in the front in almost every type of racetrack there is. And one thing to keep note of, you know, Justin was able to keep in touch with Kyle Larson in the last couple of runs for about 20, 25 laps. But it's about after 25 laps that Larson seems to hit the jet fuel set button inside that race car, drives away for Justin Allgaier. So we'll see if maybe that's changed after pit stop adjustments.
Here's another thing to think about in this situation. You've made your pit stop. All these drivers coming down end of stage 2 at lap 176. You're good to go on fuel.
Oh, he hit. Wow, he clobbered him. Once again, he really didn't need to do that.
Ready to talk about patience and strategy? Forget about it.
He was listening. He said, no, thank you. He said, I'll not be doing
I got your
that.
tires. I got your fuel. I'm going back to the lead.
And he was not going to wait until 25 laps into this run. He was just going to make it be known right then.
Yep, that has happened before. That happened a couple weeks ago, actually. And it was a big fucking mess of drama. It happened. It was in like, there's 3 top divisions of NASCAR. There's the Truck Series, Xfinity Series, and the Cup Series. Xfinity Series is the race I'm watching right now. They're kind of like the second tier. And every now and then one of the top, like today, Kyle Larson's in this race. He's a Cup Series driver, but he's doing a one-off appearance in this. But a couple weeks ago in Martinsville, Virginia, everybody was just driving like a fucking asshole and just being obnoxiously stupid to the point where NASCAR the following week was like, hey, you guys have to show up at 7 in the morning before the next race and we're going to have a big fucking meeting. So they made everybody come down to South Carolina at like 7 in the morning to like basically just be like, you guys need to stop being fucking stupid and get over whatever you're mad at each other about. So yeah, sometimes that shit will happen.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what the fuck they were watching.
I can sort of
I love when they gaslight their driver. Like, if I was a driver, I'd fucking hate that. I'd be like, tell me how it is. Don't sit there and, like, hype me up and gaslight me and get me mad at the wrong fucking person. Like, tell me what happened. That is my least favorite thing in NASCAR when I hear the fucking crew go, he fucking hit you, he fucking hit you, he did it on purpose. Like, he didn't do it on purpose. You hit him on purpose, and they're trying to say, no, it was his fault. He got in front of you. Like, no, dude. I run into him.
We know he made some adjustments on that 7 car in the last pit stop. He was getting really loose over the run.
That race a couple weeks ago, this one dude threw a fucking temper tantrum and pissed off like half the drivers in the race, and it was really funny. Because, like, he slammed this dude out of the way to take the lead. And the guy passed him back fair and square, like, really didn't do nothing to him. And then on the last lap, he just drives in the corner, doesn't even try to make the turn, just crashes into him and takes him out and then piles up everybody behind him. And after the race, he's like, well, I had to do that. I made up my mind. It's like, no, you actually didn't have to do that, you dumb fucking moron. You could have finished second. Instead, you wrecked your car, you wrecked your teammate's car, and you didn't even win the race anyway. So you're a fucking idiot. And, like, you could see after the race, like, one by one drivers were coming by cussing him out like, you're a fucking idiot.
That race car through a lot of stress when he's been at times 5, 7 seconds ahead of second and third place, right? Even though he's making moves through traffic that looks aggressive, it's just not when you go on his onboard.
He wasn't the only one being stupid that day, but he was the worst one, and he did it at the most important part of the race and didn't even fucking win it. All because he was butthurt that somebody passed him cleanly just because he doesn't like the guy personally. In the Cup Series, the top level of NASCAR, that stuff happens a lot less frequently. But when it does, it's way better because it happens so rarely. It usually involves the same sort of people. Like, once you've watched a long time, you know how certain guys are going to drive and what their tendencies are, so it's always the same fucking people that get into trouble and do dumb shit.
Running this well closely together is just such a big moment for him.
And maybe not totally surprising when you consider last time we had a short track race 2 weeks ago, got his career best 6th at Martinsville, did Dean Thompson. Larson leading, 94 to go at Bristol.
I mean, you could slap me because it's so obvious, but that's one of my favorite things ever about you. No, that kind of thing usually stays. Is that not expensive? You know, one of my favorite things in NASCAR is when I see drivers talking shit to each other on Facebook and Twitter. Oh, look, Sammy Smith claimed another victim. Well, it was a lap car that was in the way, so I kind of get his frustration. Caution's out. Good. This gives Allgaier a chance to just knock the ever-loving shit out of Kyle Larson. I hope. Ooh, that's a lot of fucking damage on that car. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's Sawalich, poor bastard. He was actually having a good race. He sucks, but he was doing well today. Well, not now. That looks like the radiator's gone. No. Yeah. Okay, and I was just talking out loud because my friend I'm on the phone with doesn't know shit about NASCAR, but she's curious. If, if I showed her the Austin Dillon Richmond thing from last year, even she would be like, "What the fuck is his problem?" And she doesn't even watch racing, but she'd see that and go, "What the fuck? He's an asshole." Fucking last lap, he just drives down in the corner, crashes into the back of the guy in front of him, and then he misses the corner so bad from crashing that guy. A guy goes to pass him, and he turns hard left and wrecks him too. And everybody was like, "Did he really just do that?" And he wins the race, but after the race, NASCAR was like, "Okay, you technically won, but that doesn't count. Your win doesn't count." That's basically what they did afterward. They're like, "Okay, you can say you won, but you're not going to get any benefits of the win. We're going to take points away, and you're not going to make the playoffs for the championship. So your win doesn't count." Yeah. And the whole time, his fucking spotter's on his radio going, "Wreck him, wreck him, wreck him." So the spotter got suspended for like 2 races as well for doing that. Yeah, it was pretty fucking obnoxious. And funny thing is, he was going to win the race legitimately. Like, he was dominating and he was in first place and he's driving away. Somebody who was mad at his grandfather owns his car. Another driver who was pissed off at his grandfather for something earlier in the year wrecked himself on purpose to bring out a caution late to try to fuck him over. Caden, that's the thing everybody forgets. Ricky Stenhouse spun his car out 100% on purpose to bring out a caution to fuck Austin Dillon over. So the caution comes out, that bunches everybody back up. Austin Dillon chokes it away and then just decides to wreck the 2 guys that passed him to get it back. So Stenhouse got what he wanted by spinning out on purpose because, like, yeah, you won the race, but it doesn't count now. So haha, fuck you guys. Nobody was talking about that though. But when I watched the replay, I'm like, dude, he spun out on purpose because he's a lap down already and he sees Austin Dillon behind him. He knows he's leading the race, and then he just goes off in the corner and spins himself out. Like, it was so fucking obvious. And he didn't get in trouble for it. It's funny, I was on his side though. I was like, man, fuck Richard Childers, fuck that whole team. They're a bunch of assholes. So I was like, yeah, go ahead, spin yourself out on purpose. That shit was funny. Nobody talked about that though. All they wanted to talk about was that dickhead fucking wrecking those 2 guys. After it was his fault that he wasn't going to win, he choked. Like, he had the race won, and yeah, the guy spun on purpose to catch everybody back up to him, but he was still the leader. He had it won. He just blew it.
On the side of Justin Allgaier, 3 of the top 7 got damaged. Let's listen to Allgaier radio.
So what the fuck happened? The 45 run into Allgaier's door? Somebody tell Justin they're driving like me in the NASCAR 2004 career mode on PS2 when I've got a shit car and I'm pissed off and just driving way too hard.
He is turning down. The 45's continuing to use the lane that he's in. Probably expecting the 7 to be higher on the exit. Not quite diamond the corner as much there. But it's tough. You know, some of those drivers are running multiple laps down. Those cars don't handle well. And I can tell you from experience.
Let's make like a banana and split.
When you're the leader, you're driving by that. Your car is so much faster.
Let's make like Chris Farley's jacket and split.
Why they're doing the things they do, but sometimes they're in cars. You have to remember they're just not as fast, not handling well. They're just trying to do the best they can for their race team at that time.
Respect is Tennessee, 2 laps down in 25th. We'll reset when
In a van down by the river.
It's my favorite Chris Farley thing ever. What do you want to do when you grow up? And Christina Applegate says, I want to live in a van down by the river. And he goes, well, you'll have plenty of time to live in a van down by the river when you're living in a van down by the river. You've been smoking doobies. What do you want to do when you grow up? I want to write poetry. Hey, Dad, is that Bill Shakespeare over there? Okay, I'll be around. Love you. Bye. I would rather be on the phone than watch this race, so I'm sad she had to go. I mean, I've been watching the race, obviously. Doesn't appear anybody else is interested. Charlton Heston. After my race stream, I'm probably going to go play more Star Wars off stream, and I might play a little NASCAR Heat tonight off stream. I'm going to stream again eventually. I just need a long break, I think. I just need a break. And then I'll probably get in the right mood and want to play. I need to cut back at the very least. So when I do start streaming video games again, it probably won't be as much. But like I said in the post, if you go back and read, I said I'm retiring the streams indefinitely, which means, I don't know when they'll come back, but they'll be back. I'll stream again eventually. If tomorrow's race, Caden, turns out like last year's spring race, the difference between a day race and a night race at Bristol is fucking insane. Like, it's literally insane. If that's really the only difference, is like temperature and day to night, like, that's crazy. That is fucking crazy. We'll find out tomorrow. Practice and Cup today looked a lot like last year. Last spring. Not last fall, last spring. I'm wondering, though, it's not supposed to rain tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to rain tonight, but if the rain doesn't wash this Xfinity rubber off the track, I imagine that'll keep tomorrow from being like last year's spring race. I mean, I want tomorrow to be like last year's spring race, but I feel like all this Xfinity rubber might alter that. Because remember, last year there was no Xfinity race.
You also saw that bright yellow Menards Toyota making its way around pit road. That's Brandon Jones. You see him there on the left side. He said, still same as the last run, need better turn on throttle. Also in Sam Mayer, you see on that right side, getting 4 fresh Goodyear tires in Sunoco fuel.
7 drivers stayed out here, but some of these drivers you see coming in.
Did Larson stay? I'm assuming, Larson just stayed out to keep the track position, right? And Allgaier did too. So 7 cars stayed out, according to the ever-reliable Adam Alexander. And if you'll excuse me, I want to go grab a Powerade real quick. I shall return. Don't know why I muted my headset there. Mute the television, dick. All right. I think it was lack of rubber and temperature. The fact that it was a day race and there was no rubber down. I'm assuming that was the issue last year. It's one of the strangest fucking things. I'm excited because this race is almost over and I can go play more Star Wars. When I come back and stream again, it will probably be Star Wars. I'm having such a good time playing that game. I'm 100%ing Jedi Survivor, and I'm probably going to do Fallen Order after that. I guess I did Survivor first because I hadn't played it in so long, and it takes the longest 100%. I have 84% completion now, and I'm not done with the main story yet. I'm close, though. But I wanted to platinum the game, basically. So I'm working on that. There's a couple of really big hurdles to me getting platinum because there's 2 forced tears I have to do. One's an obstacle course, and then one's the one where you fight the fucking Ogdo-Bogdos. That's just brutal. And that's pretty much the only obstacles holding me back where I'm like, God damn it, I don't want to do those. But I'll try.
Dominator today. Started on pole. Some strategy and an untimely caution kept him from winning stage one. Stage two, he ran out front, led a couple of hundred laps today, won that second stage. And he'll be on the front row with Justin Allgaier as we get this next restart. First, though, let's go to Kim.
William Smallage out of the care center. It was a solid day before the incident for you and the team. For what happened?
Yeah, we were just running normal laps and everyone checked out both before. Sucks. For my 18 team, they put in a lot of hard work to make the car good. Today, our GR Supra sound gear GR Supra was pretty dang good. It was as fast as Xfinity Mobile, so proud to say that. Finally got back on track.
Fast Xfinity Mobile.
Like I did like this, but we'll be back and rocking it. That about sums it up pretty quickly. Exactly what happened. You know, they were sort of in their own zone, minding their own business, starting at laps. Checkup happened, and you can
Come on, Allgaier, pick the line behind Larson and just send him. Larson hit him really hard earlier for no reason. Twice.
Bristol when things are pack up and get congested.
So now they do the shoes. Allgaier is kind of pulling up there next to his teammate, and I misunderstood his aggression under caution. We've done the shoes now. Front row for the 17 and the 7. Jesse Love in a really good spot. I mean, we... 6 of Dean Thompson. Such an impressive
There's the 26th Dean Thompson. I'm so impressed with the way he wrecked Sheldon Creed for no reason today.
start off the year. Really solid. They had a couple bad races, but now getting back to what we saw early in the year. And I just think for Sam Hunt Racing, this is so big. I love that race team and Sam Hunt and all of his
75 laps to go.
30s competing against the
In the middest race that ever mitted.
They are going to be the first drivers that we see that came down pit road at lap 220 and got their last set of tires. The field is set for the Echo Park restart zone.
Big fucking butt. The 8 car didn't get going and he ran into the back. I think Larson really checked him up more than anything there. You know, just like he did at Homestead, and everybody got mad at Sam Mayer. Even though it was kind of Mayer's fault, Larson still was fucking around on the restart. Allgaier's really good early in the run, but I'm wondering if because the tires are worn a little bit from the previous run, is that going to matter? It looks like it's not going to matter, and he's not going to really get close to Larson. I'd be shocked if he did. Remember, the top 7 stayed out and they're on older tires. I know the tires don't wear quickly here like they should. Allgaier's car has swung completely loose. He's had a tendency to be loose all day, but that was... Oh! He almost got really loose there. So frustrating to watch.
The momentum was incredible off the corner. You said it. Love goes high and low and trying to jump inside of the 7. Can't do it here. Meanwhile, Larson's starting to drift away at the front.
And Jesse's gotten the message, goes to the top there between for Jesse Love as he sticks to the top here, 1 and 2 as well. He got the message after 2 attempts in those massive runs of Jesse Love. He had to run up top as well.
Carson Waddle having a good day. Coming off a great outing last Saturday.
Well, that race is over.
In the last few weeks, when you look at their climb,
Especially without a caution, it's definitely over.
we talked about this earlier today during practice, but I go back to last year, about a year ago. He said early in his career, he goes to Dover. Who goes to Dover and has success when they have limited experience? And Waffle, if not for some untimely cautions and some craziness late, would have won that race.
Really amazing. And, you know, it's so fun talking to him because he's just so laid back, so chill all the time. It just nothing phases him. So I'm not surprised at some of these most intense racetracks, Dover, Bristol, high speeds, high banking. It just suits his laid back, chill style, and that he doesn't get too phased.
They had someone pretty good to lean on when you talk about success.
Lean on me.
Series champion.
When you're not strong.
Not just getting it done in his first experience.
I'm still waiting on Chris Wright to do something stupid. It's getting late. Only got 64 to go. I love seeing Austin Hill just struggle off the lead lap. Ooh, Bonsignor scrubbing the wall there. And iRacing, that would just make you go faster, right?
He was looking forward to this one for sure. I talked to him yesterday. He's just having a blast being in the Xfinity Series. You know, he knows he's been so successful in modifieds, but just having so much fun learning these Xfinity Series cars and going to some of these tracks and racing the Xfinity Series. 60 laps to go.
60 to go. Larson Allgaier, Jesse Left, Carson Quapple, Sammy Smith. Chevy. GRM and Hendrick have dominated this race. Love and Quapple are having a good race for third. Not that I'm really paying much attention at the moment. And Quapple prevails for now. But here comes Love. Nope, Quapple's clear. He's gone. We're under 50 to go, thank God.
And Bristol has been a dominating day for Kyle Larson, putting an exclamation point on what has already been an unbelievable season for Team Chevy.
Really has. And Junior Motorsports has
Kyle Larson making me question my love for this sport yet again. I'm kidding. I still love Larson to death. But there's a common denominator with races I don't enjoy, and it's him dominating. But he's just doing his job.
Ways to make speed. Don't be locked into one way of doing it because it can change in an instant. Lap by lap, it can be different. They're racing.
Is he going to try another triple again at some point this year, or is this the only other one?
Thompson there in the 7th position. Let's do a little through the field. We start with driver 26. Here's Kim.
Quapple's really starting to fade. You can see he's got cars stacked up behind him. He's just running a high line to stay in front of the guys. He's definitely not fast now. I had high hopes for, not Quapple, Zillage, I mean. Did I say Quapple? I'm so out of it today. Zillage is backing everybody up behind him. Quapple's running third and doing quite well. The 88's the one that's struggling.
Xfinity Series versus the trucks will be the amount of rubber laid down. The trucks generally don't lay a ton down, at least up top. So he said when it gets laid down today, I'm going to have to learn how to adjust to that. He's done that well today, been inside the top 10. This is his last scheduled race in this car for this year, hoping for more. But if it's not, wants to end on a good note, Tim.
And as we look at Sam Mayer currently running in that 11th position, the stage one winner after staying out, getting that track position early. And again, this was another team that came with a setup that mimicked that double zero from the fall race, but this week it was much cooler. So Jason Trinchieri and the crew team told me it was all about staying up with the racetrack. No big swings in terms of balance for Sam. A little bit of pace as we look at Daniel Dye in the 13th position. A solid day for this team.
If I was Mayor's team, I'd tell him to race the hell out of that 26 for what he did to Creed.
Yeah, we started that conversation talking about Dean Thompson. Back here, one thing I noticed about all the guys that have gone around him, all the drivers that entered at lap 220, the tires started to give up a little bit for Dean Thompson. And we focus on the race lead. You know, I know Kyle Larson's in the stage here. It was in women at this stage, 29 to go. He's not driven away from
All guys are still within a second of Larson, and there's a lot of traffic, so I doubt anything happens. I doubt he's got anything for Larson, but he's staying close enough to maybe do something. Eric Jones has 42 lap fresher tires, at least 42 laps. That doesn't mean a lot here. For some reason, tires here don't wear in the Xfinity Series. They damn sure don't wear in Cup, except for last spring. That was weird. Because they damn sure didn't wear when I was there last fall. Bristol's a weird track for tires. It's a tough track to make tires for.
Catching traffic the wrong space, catching traffic 2 or 3 wide, and slowing up. Kyle Larson can be there late.
I just go back to when he raced in Miami. Dominate has a huge advantage after winning.
Here's CW trying to will this Kyle Larson collapse into existence by showing the Homestead footage.
Get a restart. It gets bottled up. Justin Allgaier takes advantage and gets the win. So while it's hard to
And then that lap, Larson opened up the lead. It went from 1 second to over 1.5. He heard them talking shit. Thompson going to get impatient and punt to 88 like he did the 00. Because look at this fucking crowd of cars behind the 88. He's still just all up in the way. Watch the 88 play a factor in this race by how bad he's backing up everybody behind him, which is backing up everybody back to Larson. The tires wear, they just take too long to wear. You can go like about 100 laps here. Martinsville kind of has the same problem where, like, yes, the tires wear, but they don't really fall off until about 100 laps. Like, near the end of a fuel run, they really start to fall off. Till then, it kind of incrementally drops off, but not enough to make a difference. Martinsville, Bristol have that problem. Hell, Quapple's caught Allgaier for second. $13 to go. Lead shrinking a little bit now. I'm sure that'll change when he gets by the 51. 51 kind of held up Larson for a little bit. Oh boy, that's a crowd in front of him. A slower car held up the 51 and helped Larson get by. Down to a second. It was 1.6. Now it's under a second, but there's only 9 to go. And Larson's kind of got some clean track in front of him. There's cars ahead, but there's not a big jam up like there was. And I just don't think Allgaier's fast enough to do anything about it because Allgaier's barely hanging on to second place. This race did one good thing for me. It reinforced my decision to stay home this weekend. I'm feeling really good about not being at the track this weekend after watching this one. 6 to go. Allgaier's struggling way worse than Larson is. It's just the traffic fucking with Larson. Oh boy, he wanted to go 3 wide under Bonsignor and Hill, and he thought better of it. Austin Hill's 2 laps down. By God. Yeah, what a day. Yeah, Larson gave up 3/10 that lap. He got hung up behind the 21. Oh boy. Now he's fucking real jammed up, but there's only fucking 4 to go. Yeah. Austin Hill mirror driving. Larson cleared him finally. 2 to go. Speak now, forever hold your penis. One to go. White flag for Kyle Larson in the most boring race ever. So that was a real waste of a Saturday. Larson, Quapple, Allgaier, Dipshit, Sammy Smith in fourth, Brandon Jones fifth. Backs up his win last week with a top 5 today. Breaks up the Chevy top 5. Good for Brandon Jones. Carson Quapple second is pretty cool. Oh boy, that was just exhilarating. I could have been playing Star Wars for the last couple hours. Mamba Smith said this race was great. Cup guys should run more often. The Young Bucks getting humbled is a good thing. This dude is the token fucking NASCAR shill says this was good.
Especially in Xfinity, and you can move around, and traffic is just a lot of fun. So just felt like when I could get the traffic, I could get picking people off. But Justin did a good job kind of hanging with me there that last run. So the pressure was on a little bit, but we just had a good enough car to get to the lead, stay in the lead, and be really good in traffic.
We talked also before the race about John Edwards. He said there'd be no better way to honor him than by doing exactly what you did today. How does it feel to do this one for him?
Damn good, for sure. So, no, it's awesome. Yeah, I wish I could have won last night. Just came up a little bit short, so cool to get a win, this weekend for John and everybody who's been a part of his life. And
I appreciate anybody who came here and wasted their Saturday evening with me watching this awful ass race. Bristol has fallen the fuck off yet again, ladies and gentlemen. Because even Xfinity races at Bristol suck now. The one last fall sucked, and this one sucked. That's two bad Xfinity races at Bristol in a row. I don't like that. All right, I'm gonna go do fun stuff.